Question number second, part A and sub part 1. A can hit a target 4 times in 5 shots, B 3 times in 4 shots, and C twice in 3 shots. Calculate the probability. Okay, so guys, the success rate of A is what? 4 by 5. Success rate of B is what? 3 by 4. And success rate of C is what? 2 by 3. Okay, so what we have to find out, A and B, all of them hit the target. So because all of them are hitting, so 4 by 5 into 3 by 4 into 2 by 3 is equal to 2 by 5. The easiest question actually from this paper. Then part B, B and C are hitting the target. So 3 by 4 into 2 by 3, but A is missing the target because A is missing 1 minus 4 by 5, and this comes out to be 1 by 10. Part 3, C and A are hitting the target. So 2 by 3 is C, 4 by 5 is 8 A, and B is missing it. So 1 minus 3 by 4, and this gives me answer of 2 by 15. Done, guys. The easiest question actually. Yeah, next one. A decision problem has been expressed in terms of payoff. So these are my alternatives and this is my states of nature. अब guys एक इंटरेस्टिंग बात है, यूजुअली जितनी भी बुक्स है ना, तुम लोग देखना उसमें जब भी तुम ये वाला सवाल करोगे, तुम्हारे जो अल्टरनेटिव्स है ना वो ऐसे दिए होते हैं और तुम्हारे स्टेट्स ऑफ नेचर हमेशा ऐसे दिए होते हैं. इसने उल्टा करके दे दिया है. आई एम प्रिटी श्योर कि सिर्फ इतना करने से काफी लोगों का सवाल गलत हो गया होगा, क्योंकि यूजुअली हर एक बुक में जितने भी हम लोगों ने सवाल देखे हैं, अल्टरनेटिव हमेशा इस साइड होता है और स्टेट्स ऑफ नेचर इस साइड. इसने उल्टा कर दिया. आई एम श्योर उस चक्कर में काफी लोगों ने सवाल गलत कर दिया होगा. ओके, सो लेट अस ट्राई टू डू इट नाउ. तो हमारे अल्टरनेटिव्स हमें ऊपर दिए हैं, ठीक है. सो अल्टरनेटिव्स आर माई A1, A2, A3, and my states of nature are E1, E2, and E3. So let us add the data points: 190, 164, 142, 186, 162, 144, 182, 166, 174. ठीक है. So we have to find out which one is my decision based on maxi-max criteria. So guys, maxi-max criteria में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इन तीनों में मैक्स वैल्यू लेंगे. कौन सी है मैक्स वैल्यू? इसमें इस वाले में 190 इज माई मैक्स. इसमें कितना है? 186. और थर्ड कॉलम में कितना है? 182. हमें कौन सा लेना है? जो मैक्सी मैक्स है. So इनमें जो मैक्सिमम है which is 190, which is A1. Therefore my decision is select A1. Done. Let us come to second criteria which is maximin. So हम पहले मिनिमम लेंगे सारे. So 142, and second column the minimum is 144. The third one minimum is 166. अब इस सारे मिनिमम मुझे मैक्सिमम लेना है. So इस सारे मिनिमम my maximum is 166. Therefore my decision is that I'll go with A3. Let's come to part 3 now. Part 3 is Hurwitz criteria, and my degree of optimism is given, which is 0.7. So I'll calculate my values. So my maximum value is my 190 into optimism value plus 142 minimum value into degree of pessimism, and this comes out to be 175.6. Similarly second वाले में 186 into 0.7 plus 144 into 0.3, and this value comes out to be 173.4. Third one 182 into 0.7 plus 166 into 0.3, and this comes out to be 177.2. Okay, so in तीनों maximum कौन सा है? 177.2, which gives me maximum payoff. Therefore according to Hurwitz criteria I will choose my I'll choose my alternative 3, A1, A2, A3. Done, guys. This is how you will solve this question. Next one. Okay. So the decision support system and management information system are very helpful for management decision making. Comment and support your answer. साथ में दूसरा पार्ट भी है, how can DSS be differentiated from MIS? तो गाइज पहले मैं बता देता हूँ, मैं इन दोनों को इकट्ठा ही कर देता हूँ, बाकी तुम लोग लिख तो लोगे अच्छे से कि क्या दोनों में क्या मतलब, उसको अच्छे से समझ लो, ठीक है। सो गाइज पहले MIS बताता हूँ कि MIS करता क्या है। सो गाइज किसी भी IT सिस्टम में, किसी भी कंपनी के, सो लॉट ऑफ रूटीन डेटा कम्स इनटू योर TPS, जैसे कि ऑर्डर डेटा, ठीक है, जो आपका कस्टमर ऑर्डर डेटा आता है, योर पॉइंट ऑफ सेल POS डिवाइस पे, मे बी योर प्रोडक्शन डेटा, ठीक है, मे बी योर अकाउंटिंग डेटा। सो गाइज ये सारा डेटा मिलके कहाँ जाता है, तुम्हारे TPS में, ट्रांजैक्शन प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम। सो इस TPS से डेटा गोज इनटू MIS, और MIS से क्या होता है, MIS से यू गेट रिपोर्ट्स। So these are standard periodic reports for the current performance of the business. अब वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, जैसे reports on sales data, report on production cost data या HR data, कुछ भी. So these are standard reports जो कि तुम्हारा वीकली हो सकता है, मंथली, एवरी 15 days, या कुछ भी हो सकता है. So these standard reports for the management of health of company आर गिवन बाय MIS, और MIS ये स्टैंडर्ड रिपोर्ट ही देता है गाइस, राइट। अब सवाल आता है कि DSS क्या करता है, तो उसको हम ग्रीन कलर में समझते हैं कि DSS क्या करता है। सो DSS क्या करता है कि DSS भी तुम्हें डिसीजन मेकिंग में सपोर्ट करता है, बट नॉट विद स्टैंडर्ड रिपोर्ट्स। द मेजर डिफरेंस इज दैट DSS में यूनिक प्रॉब्लम सोल्व होती हैं, सो दे आर नॉट लाइक एवरीडे इश्यूज, यूनिक इश्यूज होते हैं। जैसे कि हमें करना है सेंसिटिविटी एनालिसिस करना है कि अगर हम रीऑर्डर पॉइंट चेंज करेंगे तो इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट पे हमारा क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा, या फिर अगर मैं कैरिंग कॉस्ट कम ज्यादा कर दूंगा तो टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ इन्वेंट्री में मुझे क्या मेरा फर्क पड़ेगा, या फिर मुझे कितना एडवर्टीजमेंट बजट अपना बढ़ा सकता हूँ फॉर इफेक्टिव चेंज इन माई सेल्स और प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, ठीक है। सो अगर सेंसिटिविटी एनालिसिस करना है, व्हाट इफ एनालिसिस कराना है, गोल सीकिंग एनालिसिस करना है, तो ये सब होता है DSS में। सो फंडामेंटल बात ये है, DSS एक यूनिक प्रॉब्लम के लिए जो कि पहले से एडवांस में स्पेसिफाइड नहीं होती है। सो DSS इज फॉर दैट वन टाइम डेटा एनालिसिस। सो इन अ DSS सिस्टम, अब सवाल है कि DSS में डेटा कहां से आता है। अब गए जो जो हमारा DSS सिस्टम है, डिसीजन सपोर्ट सिस्टम है, उसमें एक तो डेटा यहां से आ सकता है, राइट, तुम्हारे TPS से भी आ सकता है, तुम्हारे MIS से भी आ सकता है, पर इसके अलावा DSS में एक्सटर्नल डेटा भी आ सकता है। सो गाइस नाउ यू आर सीइंग कि कैसे MIS DSS में डिफरेंस है। तो एक्सटर्नल डेटा भी आ सकता है, मे बी कुछ स्टॉक मार्केट के डेटा या मैक्रो एनवायरनमेंट का डेटा है, या फिर तुम्हारे कॉम्पिटिटर का डेटा है, या तुम्हारे सप्लायर का डेटा है, ये सब भी DSS में आ सकता है। सो बेस्ड ऑन दिस हम कुछ एनालिसिस करते हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स नाउ दिस एनालिसिस कैन बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ डेटा इंक्वायरी हो सकता है, या हम कुछ स्टैटिस्टिकल मॉडलिंग कर रहे हैं, या फिर हम लोग कुछ ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, या हम कुछ फोरकास्टिंग कर रहे हैं। सो गाइस दीज आर नॉट रूटीन प्रॉब्लम, these are one time issues, they are not specified in advance, ठीक है। therefore DSS is more analytical in nature. so MIS का फोकस प्राइमरली है ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसी पे, ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसी पे, एवरीडे जो हमारा बिजनेस चलता है, और इसका जो इम्पैक्ट है दैट इज ऑन द ऑपरेशनल इश्यूज, ऑपरेशन सॉरी, इसका है फिर स्ट्रेटेजिक इश्यूज। ऑफ कोर्स MIS को यूज कौन करते हैं, MIS को यूज करते हैं लो लेवल और मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट। ऑन द अदर हैंड DSS को कौन यूज करता है, मिडिल लेवल प्लस हायर लेवल मैनेजमेंट इसको यूज करता है। अनदर डिफरेंस जो कि तुम्हें अब समझ में भी आएगा, MIS इज यूज्ड फॉर structured problems or structured issues. On the other hand, DSS is used for unstructured issues. अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड इश्यूज या अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड प्रॉब्लम तुम जो भी लिखना चाहते हो। सो नाउ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड कि MIS और DSS करता क्या है और उन दोनों में क्या क्या डिफरेंसेस है। नेक्स्ट वन, व्हाट आर कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ DSS। अगेन अब गाइज जैसा कि हमने अभी किया कि DSS में क्या होगा कि डेटा आएगा, सो दिस डेटा कैन बी फ्रॉम इंटरनल कंपनी डेटाबेसेस, इट कैन बी आल्सो फ्रॉम अ डेटा वेयरहाउस अगर कंपनी के पास है तो, ठीक है। इट कैन आल्सो बी सम अदर सोर्सेज व्हिच कैन बी बोथ एक्सटर्नल एंड इंटरनल। सो इस सारे डेटा से आई क्रिएट अ डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम जिसको हम बोलते हैं डेटा मैनेजमेंट। सो दिस बिकम्स माय फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट। अब इस कंपोनेंट को चलाने के लिए कुछ लॉजिक भी चाहिए, देयरफॉर व्हाट आई नीड इज सेकंड कंपोनेंट व्हिच इज नोन एज मॉडल मैनेजमेंट, ठीक है। अब इस सिस्टम को कोई यूज भी करेगा, राइट, देयरफॉर आई नीड अ यूजर मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम कंपोनेंट एज वेल, और इसके साथ इसको हमारे यूजर हैं जो लोग हैं जो उसको यूज करेंगे, राइट। अब कुछ DSS में देयर इज आल्सो अनदर कंपोनेंट व्हिच इज नॉलेज बेस्ड सिस्टम। सब में नहीं होता, कुछ कुछ में ये होता है। सो these are the various components of 1, 2, 3 and sometimes 4 also. So these are various components of DSS. Okay, let's come to next one, which is what are similarities and dissimilarities between data driven and document driven DSS. So पहले देख लेते हैं। So guys, data driven DSS बहुत ही सिंपल। डेटा ड्रिवन DSS क्या है कि बड़ा सारा डेटा है, लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा है और उसका हम लोग एनालिसिस करते हैं। सो दिस हैज मोर ऑफ क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा जिसका हम लोग एनालिसिस करते हैं। कैसे करते हैं? वी यूज अवर स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल्स। अब इसके एग्जांपल क्या हो सकते हैं? जैसे कि हमारा डेटा वेयर हाउस होता है, या फिर OLAP ऑनलाइन एनालिटिकल प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम, एग्जीक्यूटिव इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम, या फिर ज्योग्राफिक इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम, या फिर स्पेटियल DSS, ये सारे एग्जांपल है। सो बेसिकली इसमें डेटा है व्हिच इज बीइंग एनालाइज्ड। ऑन द अदर हैंड डॉक्यूमेंट ड्रिवन DSS क्या है? So here data is in form of not quantitative data, but it is in form of documents. Now this document database can be comprised of maybe hypertext docs, या फिर से बाकी चीजें भी हो सकते हैं। It can also have images और sounds या वीडियोस या कुछ भी अलग तरह के वेब पेज या टेक्स्ट। तो इस सारे में क्या समझ में आता है? इट इज मोर ऑफ अ क्वालिटेटिव डेटा। ऊपर वाला क्या था? क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा। सो ऊपर वाले के लिए हमने क्या यूज किया? स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल। इसके लिए हमें क्या नीड होगा? लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग। So these are the differences between data driven and document driven DSS। लेकिन उसने सिमिलरिटीज भी पूछा है, मतलब बहुत ही आसान है। सिमिलरिटी जो भी DSS है सब कुछ लिख दो कि इट यूज लार्ज डेटा, उसके बाद डेटा कम्स फ्रॉम बोथ इंटरनल प्लस एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज। और क्या लिखना? सिमिलरिटीज। और तुम लिख सकते हो कि इट इज यूज्ड बाय मिडिल मैनेजमेंट प्लस हायर मैनेजमेंट, मतलब जितने भी DSS के फीचर है सभी चिपका दो। देन इट इज यूज्ड फॉर डिसीजन मेकिंग एंड सो ऑन, ठीक है। सो दीज कैन बी सिमिलरिटीज। ग्रेट।
Look at this question. A firm is considering replacement of an equipment whose first cost is rupees 4,000. Scrap value is negligible at the end of any year. Based on experience, it was found that the maintenance cost is 0 during the first year and 1,000 for the second year, and it increases by rupees 300 every year thereafter. And based on this information, two types of question have been asked. When should be the equipment replaced if the rate of interest is 0%? And the other question is, when should the equipment be replaced if the interest rate is 12%? So basically this question is nothing but it is all about two replacement models where there is a need of replacing the equipment that deteriorates with time. Okay, so in the first part wherein it is been mentioned that the rate of interest is 0, it is highlighting the fact that here the value of money is not getting changed, it is constant with the time. Okay, so constant value of money, right? And in the second part, the rate of interest is more than 0%, that is 12% is given. It means in this part we need to assume that the value of money is getting changed. Okay, so we need to consider the time value of money by discounting it at the rate of 12%. Okay, so 1 upon 1.12. Okay, for first year it would be 1, for next year it would be 2, for third year it would be like this. Okay, so we'll be discounting the value of money for each succeeding year in this way, right? Okay, now let's come to the solution of these questions. Okay, let me write first the data which is being given to us. So first cost is given to us here, rupees 4,000. Okay, scrap value here it is negligible, and maintenance cost it is 0 for first year. Okay, and rupees 1,000 for second year, and rupees 300 plus every year thereafter. So this kind of basic information is given for both of these questions. So let us compute the optimum replacement period for first part. Okay, where we need to take constant value of money, right? So no discounting factor is given, so that is why we are considering constant value of money. So we'll just tabulate it like this year. Okay, here we will take maintenance cost, whatever information is given to us. Then in the next column we'll be taking cumulative maintenance cost, and then depreciation cost, and then total cost, and in the last we would be computing average cost. Okay, so in replacement model questions we tabulate the information like this and compute the average cost, and the year for which this average cost is least, we will consider that year as our optimum replacement year. Okay, so let's compute the data for at least 6 years, right? Okay, so based on this maintenance cost data, maintenance cost is 0 for first year. I'm writing out 0 in front of year 1. Okay, then it's given that for the second year maintenance cost is rupees 1,000, so I'll be writing 1,000, and it increases by rupees 300 every year thereafter. It's written here. So we keep on adding rupees 300 for each succeeding year based on this information. So 13 plus 3 is 1600, 1600 plus 3 is 1900, 1900 plus 3 is 2200. Okay, now cumulative maintenance cost, it is nothing but we are going to add 0 plus 1000, 1000 plus 1300 would be your 2300, 2300 plus 1600 would be 3900, 3900 being added to 1900, that would give us 5800, 5800 being added to 2200, that will give us the value as rupees 8,000. Now what would be my depreciation cost? Depreciation cost, as the salvage value, as the scrap value is negligible, the whole of the first cost would be taken as depreciation cost, right? So we'll be writing for every column 4,000. Okay, because my salvage value, scrap value is given as negligible or 0. Okay, Had it been there like 300, 200 or 1000, we would have subtracted that amount from the first cost, and then we would compute the depreciation cost. Okay, since it is 0, so whole of the first value would become my depreciation, right? Now what would be my, so this is going to act as first column, second column, third column, fourth column. Now fifth column, how would I obtain the value of fifth column? It is total cost, it is saying total cost. So what would be my total cost over here? The addition of column 3 and 4. So fifth is 3 plus 4, column 3 plus column 4 values. So total cost is nothing but the cumulative maintenance cost plus depreciation cost for each year. Okay, so 4000 plus 0, 4000, 4000 plus 1000, 5000, 4000 plus 2300, that is giving me the value of 6300. Okay, 4000 plus 3900 is 7900. Okay, and then 4000 plus 5800 is my 9800. 8000 plus 4000 is 12000. Now how would we compute average cost? That is total cost divided by number of year we are at. So average cost for a particular year would be computed by dividing the total cost of that year by the number of year. Okay, so for first year 4000 divided by 1, so it would be obtained by, so sixth column would be obtained by dividing the values obtained at column 5 by value of column 1. Okay, so 4000 has to be divided by 1, we'll be getting 4000, right? 5000 divided by 2 will be getting 2500. 6300 divided by 3, 2100. 7900 divided by 4, this would give me 1975. 9800 divided by 5 would give me value of 1960, and 12000 divided by 6, straightforward 2000. Now you can see here that my average cost is getting increased at this level, so my optimum replacement period should be this. Okay, fifth year. So in this question my optimum replacement period is year 5. Okay, because at the next year, in the next year, my average cost is getting increased. So which is the least average cost here? That is 1960. So we will look at the corresponding year that will give us the optimum replacement period. Okay, clear? Now looking at part B. So same data we'll be using for part B. However, because the rate of interest is given, it means here the value of money is not going to be constant, but it is going to be changed with time. So we'll be considering time value of money, and the discounting factor is going to be 12%. Okay. So coming on to the next part, my first cost is given as 4000. Okay. Maintenance cost for first year, it is given as 0. For second year, it is given as 1000. From third year onwards, addition of 300 every year. Okay, so scrap value is given as 0. So let us calculate now the optimum replacement period, wherein we need to consider time value of money. Okay, so we'll be calculating data like this: year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on, if you want to calculate more, right? For depreciation. What is my depreciation cost here? Because my salvage value is no 0, so whole of the first cost would become my depreciation. Okay, 4,000 for every year. Okay, next is, because we need to calculate the cost. So after depreciation, what is my next cost here? My maintenance cost. So maintenance cost for first year is 0, second year 1,000, it's 1,300, then it is going to be 300 added for every year. It is 1,900, 2,200, 2,500 and 2,800, like so on. Okay, so first three columns there is no change, but because here in this question discount factor is given, which is 0.12, right? So the rate of interest is 12%, so we need to calculate present worth of money by discounting it at the rate of 12%. So first year the value of money would not be changed and discounted factor would be taken as 1. Why? Because in the first year we need to assume that we are spending the amount to purchase an asset at the current value, so there is no change in the value of money in the current year. Okay, for next year 1 upon 1.12 raised to the power 1. Okay, for next year 1 upon 1.2, 1 upon 1.12 raised to the power 2. For next year 1 upon 1.12 raised to the power 3. So this is how we are going to calculate discounted factor for each succeeding year. So what would be the corresponding value here? 0.8928. Here the value would be 0.7971. Here the value would be 0.7117. The next value would be for fifth year. The value is going to be 0.6355. For sixth year, it is going to be 0.5674. For seventh year, 0.5066 and 0.4523. Okay. Now discounted factor we have calculated. Now what is the purpose of this discounted factor? We need to obtain the value of discounted maintenance cost. Okay, isn't it? So what would be my calculation in order to calculate the values at column 5? So this is my column 1, this is going to act as column 2, this is going to act as column 3, this is fourth, fifth. So fifth is nothing but the multiplication of values of column 3 and column 4. So 0 multiplied by 1 is 0, 1000 multiplied by 0.8928 is 892.8. 1300 multiplied by 0.7971 is 1036.23. Similarly, 1600 multiplied by 0.7117 gives me the value 1138.72. So because of all these calculations, this is going to be lengthy question. Okay. So 0.6355 when multiplied by 1900, what would be the value? That is 1207.45. 2200 multiplied by 0.5674, 1248.28. And similarly we will obtain the other two values as 1266.50 and the next value would be 1266.44. Okay, now this much is done. Discounted maintenance cost has been calculated. Now we need to find out cumulative discounted maintenance cost. Okay, clear? As we did it in the previous question also. So first would be 0 only, right? And 0 plus 892.8 would be 892.8, right? So keep on adding this like this, 892.8 plus 1036.23. This will give me value 1929.03. So 1929.03 when added to 1138.72, this would give me value 3067.75. So this added to 1207.45, this will give me 4275.20. Next value would come out to be 5523.48. Next value would be 6789.98 and 8056.42. Okay, so now we have obtained the depreciation cost and cumulative discounted maintenance cost. The next task is going to be the calculation of total cost. So similarly, we will add up values of these two costs, so depreciation cost and cumulative discounted MC, right? So seventh column, so this is going to act as my sixth column, right? So this is going to act as my seventh column. So seventh column is the addition of 2 plus 6. Okay, so 0 plus 4000, 4000. So at every level we need to add rupees 4000 to the value of cumulative discounted maintenance cost. So 4892.8. So this is going to be my 5929.03. 4 plus 3 7067.75. 4 plus 4 8275.20. Then 9523.48. So I'm simply adding rupees 4000 or depreciation cost to cumulative discounted maintenance cost. Okay, so this is going to be 10789.98 and 8 plus 4 12 056.42. Now what next? The next important step is to calculate cumulative discounted factor. We need to do two cumulations here. First is cumulation of discounted maintenance cost and the other is cumulation of discounted factor, because in such replacement models we need to obtain the value of weighted average cost and not simple average cost. Okay, so wherein the value of money is not constant and it is getting changed with time, we need to obtain weighted average cost. So simply for calculating weighted average cost, we need to set divider as the cumulative discounted factor. So we'll not be simply dividing it by the number of year 1 2 3 4. So we'll be dividing the total cost by the cumulative discounted factor, by which we will be obtaining the values of weighted average cost for every year. Okay, so going to column 1 again, column 4 again. Look at column 4 here. Discounted factor for each respective year is given. Okay, for first year it is going to be 1 only, so there is no accumulation. For second year, 1 plus 0.8928 would give me 1.8928. So similarly 1.8928 when added to this value 0.7971, this is going to give me 2.6899. 2.6899 when added to this value of fourth year discount factor 7.7117, so this is going to give me value of 3.4016. Then I'll be getting 4.0371 and so on. Okay, 4.6045, 5.1111 and then 5.5634. The last task in such questions is to obtain weighted average cost. So this is simply 8th column. So what would be the value in my 9th column? The that is the value in the 7th divided by value in 8th column. Okay, so 4000 divided by 1 is 4000 only. When I divide 4892 by 1.8928, I'll be getting as 2585. Similarly, this total cost of 5929.03 when divided by 2.6899 will be getting value as 2204. Next we'll be getting 2078. So I'm just rounding off 2050 and then 2068, 2111 and 2168. 7. So these are my corresponding values. So look at the value of weighted average cost where it is the least. So it is going to least at this. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So corresponding replacement period is, it should be this only, right? And in such replacement models, we also need to consider this thing, that my weighted average cost of current year should be less than my maintenance cost of next year. Just check if this 2050, the value of 2050, which is average cost for my fifth year, that should be less than the maintenance cost of the next year, that is less than the 2200, isn't it? So then only this year would act as optimum replacement period. Okay, so again, 5 years is the value for optimum replacement period for this kind of machinery whenever there is change in time value of money.
Question. Inventory control is a rational process in which decision making is often done irrationally. Explain. It's a 5 marks question, right? So now we have to identify that what the examiner is asking from this question. Okay. So of course you would be getting an idea, first hand idea would be that we have to write up the importance of inventory control. No, but they are certainly focusing on laws of decision making that takes place in inventory control, that takes place in the process of inventory control. Okay, so no doubt we have to give the importance of inventory control process in 2-3 lines. So what actually inventory control is, what is inventory control? It's basically the function of ensuring that sufficient goods are retained in the stock to meet all the requirements without unnecessarily carrying large stocks. Okay, so we have to define the inventory control in 1 or 2 lines, and what is the objective of doing inventory control, because we do not want to stuck our funds into it. Okay, so just to maintain balance between what? Maintain balance between sufficient stock or and overstocking. So there must not be overstocking, because while we keep stock, we have to also spend on its maintenance, on its carrying cost also, right? So in order to avoid such cost, we should always avoid this situation of overstocking. Okay, so and at the same time our production process should not suffer, so there should not be situation of stock out also. So in order to trade off, in order to achieve trade off between the situation of stock out and overstock, inventory control is important. Okay, so in this basically we have to very briefly, because this is a 5 mark question, we do not have to spend time on it, so we'll be very quickly and briefly defining, not exactly defining, but mentioning what do all we know about inventory control. Okay, so how would we tell them that it is very important for management to know that there are certain methods of inventory control by which we can skip out irrationality in the decision making process related to inventory control. Okay, so we'll be quickly checking out those methods and we'll be quickly writing as well in the exam. First is by setting quantitative levels. Okay, my next is on the basis of relative classification. Okay, third one is, my third one is using ratio analysis. And fourth one is physical control. So when we go for physical checking of the inventory available at the disposal of the organization. So what all basic methods under these methods will be looking out that. Okay. So first one is by setting quantitative levels. So under it, you know that we have to ascertain economic order quantity. So what all we know with respect to that, we will be mentioning them quickly. Okay. So first one is reorder stock level. SL stands for stock level. Okay. So that means when to order. Next is my EOQ, economic order quantity. That is how much to order, isn't it? So every management person should be aware of these terms: maximum stock level, minimum stock level. So maximum would give me exactly the idea up to how much level I must stock. Okay. And minimum will give me the idea at least how much to stock. Okay. And average stock level would give me a fair idea that what is the normal level of stock that is required to be kept. Okay. And then there are two more terms associated with this thing is danger stock level and buffer stock. So danger stock level is whenever stock is kept for emergency requirements. And buffer stock is to meet any sudden demand. Okay, so this is enough to be mentioned under first part. Now my second part is, under it we can state that on the basis of relative classification, we can go any of these methods. First is ABC analysis. We know that ABC analysis, right? What is the ABC analysis? Whenever we talk things on the basis of value and frequency, okay, of the inventory. Next is my FSN. FSN stands for fast, slow and non-moving items. So here the classification is done on the basis of inventory turnover. Right. My next part under it is VED analysis. So that is standing for vital, essential and desirable. And here the inventory control is done on the basis of importance of inventory. Importance of particular item in the inventory. Right. And last but not the least is HSM. HML. Right. So HML stands for high, medium and low, where the inventory control is done on the basis of the price of the item included in the inventory, right? Next two methods which we can mention exactly is ratio analysis. Ratio analysis, we basically find out ratios based on inventory. So first is my input output ratio and another one is inventory turnover ratio, right? So input output ratio basically would give me the comparative analysis of the actual consumption and the standard consumption of the material in stock. Okay, whereas inventory turnover ratio basically gives me the idea that which stock is fast moving or slow moving. So if it is high, it means that stock is fast moving. If it is low, it means that is slow moving. Okay, and under the last one, under physical control, we should mention some of the methods which are popularly done to physically control the inventory. That is two-bin system. We can mention the names. Okay. What else is there? That is establishment of budgets. Establishment of budgets is there. Then one more popular technique is perpetual inventory. records, okay, and continuous stock verification, and under this continuous stock verification, here whatever physical verification of the stock takes place, that takes place without prior notice, and it happens at some appropriate interval of time, but without giving notice. So this is how we can close this answer on inventory control decision making, irrational decisions.